Introduction: the strangeness you never notice. When people talk about rare or strange zodiac signs, Virgo almost never makes the list. They're not flamboyant like Leo, not unpredictable like Gemini, not enigmatic like Scorpio, and definitely not eccentric like Aquarius. Virgo seems simple, quiet, organized, and maybe even a little boring to some. But that impression is the trap. Virgo doesn't need noise to be strange. Their weirdness is subtle, internal, and incredibly complex. It hides behind silence, behind sharp observation, behind routines so polished that nobody feels the earthquake constantly happening inside their mind. While others chase chaos, Virgo seeks clarity. While everyone else rushes into things, Virgo pauses, evaluates, adjusts, and refines. And while the world screams to be seen, Virgo notices everything without needing to say a word. They are the contradiction no one prepares for. A perfectionist with a fragile heart. A realist with a poetic soul. A helper who doesn't want help. A disciplined mind with a storm of emotions underneath. Virgo is the quiet mystery wrapped in simplicity. The gentle critic with a tender core. The introvert who can turn into the wittiest person in the room without warning. They seem ordinary, until you know them. Then suddenly, nothing about them is ordinary at all. In this long video-style exploration, we reveal the 5 powerful and deeply strange reasons why Virgo might be the most unique, perplexing, and unforgettable sign of the zodiac, even if most people never notice. Prepare to rethink everything you thought you knew. 1. They are kind, gentle, helpful, yet judge everything silently. Let's start with one of the most paradoxical things about Virgo. They are genuinely kind. Not fake kind. Not nice for show. Real kindness, the type that comes from paying attention to what people need before they even ask. Virgos are the ones who remember your favorite snack and bring it when you're upset. They are the ones who help you fix something without making you feel incompetent. They notice the small details that make others feel cared for, safe, and understood. Their compassion is subtle, never loud or dramatic. And because of that, many people underestimate it. But here's where Virgo's strangeness begins. While they're being sweet, gentle, and thoughtful, they are also analyzing everything in the background. Virgo notices how you speak, how you treat others, how consistent you are with your actions, how you take care of yourself, and even the little flaws in your logic, often before you notice those things about yourself. They don't judge to be mean. They judge because observation is their second language. Because their brain is wired to understand patterns, hidden motivations, inconsistencies, and unspoken truths. Virgo's kindness comes with sharp, silent awareness. It can feel unsettling to some people, especially those who aren't used to being seen so clearly. And here's the part that makes Virgo rare. Even when they see your flaws, all of them, they still choose to help, to support, to care. Not because you're perfect, but because they see the potential beneath the imperfections. Virgo's heart is generous, but their mind is ruthless. This combination is strange, beautiful, and often misunderstood. But be warned. Just because Virgo is kind doesn't mean they tolerate disrespect. Once you break their trust or repeatedly ignore their boundaries, their kindness becomes cold precision. They won't scream or explode. They simply retreat behind a wall you will never climb again. Virgo ends things quietly. 2. They love control and structure, but hate being controlled. Virgo and structure are practically synonyms. They need predictability, order, and a sense of internal control to feel safe. They're the people who make lists for their lists, organize their phone apps by function, plan their day down to the minute, get stressed when something is out of place, fix things immediately because the idea of doing it later feels wrong. To Virgo, structure is not boring, it's freedom. Because the moment their outer world is chaotic, their inner world becomes unbearable. But here comes the paradox. Even though Virgo loves routines. Even though they thrive in discipline and order. They absolutely hate when someone tries to tell them what to do. If you try to help Virgo by suggesting a new method, a new lifestyle, or a new system, even if it's similar to theirs, they shut down. They get defensive. They become stubborn. Why? Because Virgo's sense of order is deeply personal. It's not about rules, it's about autonomy. They want things done a certain way because that is what keeps their world balanced. If it wasn't their idea, they don't want it. If it disrupts their mental ecosystem, they reject it. If someone else claims they know better, Virgo's internal alarm goes off. Virgo needs control, not to dominate others, but to protect themselves from internal chaos. And here's the twist. Virgo can follow a self-made routine for years without complaint. But if you propose a similar routine, they'll act like it's a prison sentence. It's not rebellion. It's identity. Virgo's system is their sanctuary. Their way is sacred. Try to take that from them, and you will meet the quiet, immovable force that is Virgo's core. 3. Hyperrealistic minds with shockingly sensitive hearts. Virgo is known as the problem solver, the analyst, the practical thinker, the rational one. And that reputation is accurate, to an extent. Yes, Virgo is logical. Yes, they can detach from emotion to handle emergencies. Yes, they make decisions based on facts, patterns, and reasoning. But here's the strange twist. Under all that logic, Virgo feels deeply. Much more deeply than people realize. They hide their vulnerability behind responsibility. They hide their fears behind their competence. They hide their emotions behind their intellect. Virgo doesn't break down publicly. They don't explode. They don't demand attention. Instead, they carry emotional weight quietly. They overthink it, analyze it, pick it apart, and internalize it until it becomes a soft ache hiding beneath the surface. The thing people misunderstand most about Virgo is this. Their practicality is a shield. A sophisticated, well-crafted defense mechanism. They feel everything, but only in safe places. They cry alone. They love privately. They hurt silently. They long quietly. Their sensitivity is real, raw, and intense, but it's filtered through logic because the alternative feels too overwhelming. Virgo is the sign that looks the calmest but feels the most. It's a strange, beautiful contradiction that makes them incredibly human. 4. Their perfectionism is irrational, exhausting, and absolutely unshakable. Few things about Virgo are as famously strange as their perfectionism. It's not normal perfectionism. It's not, I like things to look neat. It's not, I want to do well. It's not even, I want things done right. Virgo's perfectionism is existential. It is woven into their identity. It is how they make sense of the world. It is how they protect themselves from feeling out of control. It is their way of replacing chaos with clarity. Virgo will redo something 10 times even if it was already good. They will spend hours refining a detail no one else would ever notice. They will lose sleep over something slightly misaligned. They will rewrite a message repeatedly to avoid misunderstanding. They will obsess over a mistake only they even saw. Virgo knows they're being extreme. They know it doesn't need to be perfect. They know there are easier ways. But Virgo's mind won't let it go. Their brain whispers. What if it could be better? What if someone notices the flaw? What if this small mistake ruins everything? What if you disappoint someone? What if you disappoint yourself? Their perfectionism is not about superiority. It's about fear, responsibility, and personal standards that feel impossible to ignore. And here's the strangest part. Virgo accepts their perfectionism. They don't try to fight it. They simply try to manage it, live with it, negotiate with it. The world calls it unreasonable. Virgo calls it necessary. Because to them, imperfect work feels like an incomplete sentence, it bothers them until it's fixed. Virgo's obsession with precision can frustrate others. But it's also what makes them exceptional, reliable, and unforgettable. 5. Introverts who transform into social butterflies, when they feel safe. Virgo is often labeled as shy or reserved. And it's true, they enjoy solitude. They need personal space. They get overwhelmed by loud, chaotic environments. They recharge by being alone. But this is only half the story. The moment Virgo feels understood, safe, and among people they trust, they transform. Suddenly the quiet observer becomes witty, sarcastic, charming, and surprisingly funny. Their humor is sharp, unexpected, and incredibly intelligent. They make comments that light up the room, often without even trying. Virgo becomes magnetic, in a subtle, effortless way. Not by being loud. Not by showing off. But by being authentically themselves. They also make incredible hosts. Thoughtful, organized, attentive, and warm. Everyone feels comfortable around them when Virgo chooses to let people in. But the switch goes both ways. When their social battery drains. When the energy becomes too intense. Or when they feel judged or misunderstood. They disappear. Quietly. Without drama. Without explanation. Without guilt. One moment Virgo is present, engaged, and glowing. The next, they're gone, back to their sanctuary where they can breathe and reset. This unpredictability confuses people. Some think Virgo is inconsistent. Some think they're distant. Some think they're cold. But Virgo is simply managing their energy in the most honest way possible. They love people, in moderation. They need solitude, deeply. They walk the line between the inner world and the outer world with a kind of elegance that few signs can understand. It's weird. It's beautiful. It's Virgo. Conclusion: the quiet strangeness that makes Virgo unforgettable. Virgo isn't the loudest sign. They're not the most dramatic. They don't demand attention, admiration, or praise. But they are one of the most complex, intricate, and strangely fascinating signs of the zodiac. Their weirdness isn't visible at first glance. It's woven into details, routines, thoughts, gestures, and silences. Virgo attracts with kindness. Confuses with contradiction. Surprises with depth. And leaves an unforgettable impression on anyone patient enough to see beneath the surface. They are the sign that looks simple but is infinitely layered. The sign that feels quietly. Loves subtly. Analyzes deeply. And grows continuously. Virgo doesn't need to be understood, they need to be respected. They don't need validation, they need sincerity. They don't need attention, they need authenticity. In a world full of noise, Virgo stands firm in clarity. In a world full of chaos, they create order. In a world full of superficiality, they offer depth. And in a world that changes constantly, Virgo stays devoted to their principles, their people, and their purpose. Yes, Virgo is strange. But the kind of strange that stays with you forever. The kind that shapes you, inspires you, softens you, and challenges you. If you have a Virgo in your life, look again. Listen between the lines. Watch the little things. Because behind their calm demeanor lies a soul that is analytical, sensitive, loyal, and astonishingly complex. A rare kind of rare. A quiet kind of unforgettable. A strange kind of magic. And that is what makes Virgo the most silently extraordinary sign of the zodiac.